still talking to former Secretary Roilo Golez. Okay, Mr. Secretary, what should the Philippines do as far as the West Philippines is concerned? Let's say, of course, we're expecting a positive, good news from the Human Arbitration Court. So, what's the next steps that we should be undertaking?
Ang gagawin dapat natin yun, mabuti yan yung
jacket.
In-emphasize niya, dapat i-respeto yung ruling ng arbitral tribunal. So, ang pinaka-importante diplomacy. Kasi dito, it's more of numbers game. Hindi lang numbers, kundi the quality of the entities that are supporting, that are going to support the decision. In the case of the Philippines, we're very fortunate that what is appearing is that we're being supported by high-quality groups in terms of size, in terms of quality, in terms of scope. For example, we are sure of the support of the US, Japan, Australia, of course Vietnam and India,
European countries,
EU, and G7. On the other hand, China is talking about 60 countries. I'm not trying to disparage these countries, but some of these countries are landlocked, some are so far out as far as maritime disputes are concerned, so one wonders, ano pakialam nila rito? Bakit sila interesado dito? Unlike the countries that I mentioned. At dito, diplomacy is going to be very important. China is using their soft power. I'm sure na pag sinabi ng Gambia na sumusuporta sila, may kapalit yan. Almost sure na may kapalit yan. So, ginagamit na rin pag sinabi soft power projects, financial support. But here, there are going to be participants in supporting the decision of the arbitral tribunal that will be doing so for their own interest, not for our national interest. For example, it is in the U.S. interest to make sure that there's freedom of navigation in the South China Sea. Yeah. It is in their national interest na yung sa Japan, ganun din. Kasi part of their trade goes through the South China Sea, and they're looking at China as an adversary, a geopolitical adversary, all the way to the East China Sea. And to them, the South China Sea is very crucial to their security and existence. Kaya marami tutulong sa atin, not because they love us, but because it is in their national interest. Yun ang dapat na ma-enhance natin.
Very briefly lang, pakisagot ang Mr. Secretary, then I'll go to our text questions. Why does Indonesia have the guts to be able to go up against China? And then, I don't know, some people say if you go up against China, they respect you. But if you play softy, they'll just walk all over you.
Well, dapat pag-aralan natin yung style ng Vietnam. Ang Vietnam kasi talagang yun ang pinakamalapit. No? They're really in the front line.
Lumaban
they have
talaga.
a common land border. They have a common neighbors as far as the sea is concerned. Lumalaban sila. Pero tuloy ang diplomatic channel sila. Tuloy ang trade. Magandang pag-aralan kung paano. Nag-gera na sila noong 1979. 20,000 Chinese, I understand, died in the 1979 war. Pero tuloy ang kanilang pag-usap. In the case of Indonesia, it's a little different because Indonesia is far from China. You know, as far as distance is concerned, the point of conflict is in the Natuna area. Medyo malayo yan. The closest, even if they have a runway in the Fiery Cross Reef, medyo malayo-layo yan ang lipad niyan. And Indonesia, over the past years, have really strengthened their military. They bought 16 corvettes from the GDR, the old German Democratic Republic. Ngayon, very useful pa rin. In fact, yung litrato ni Widodo, that iconic picture of his, is on an ASW corvette made in East Germany. Tapos, nakabili sila ng, meron silang 13 F-16, meron silang mga 16 combination of Su-27 and Sukhoi 30 from Russia. No? So they have the firepower as far as the Natuna is concerned. They can
respond right away.
Yeah, they can respond. And in China, will have to deal with that. They have to deal with distance, which will put them at a terrible disadvantage.
Okay, our questions, basahin ko yung mga questions natin from 057. What kind of government we had during the Marcos administration? He had control on everything, that even the prices of goods, he had control over them. Why can't we have it now? So prices can be controlled para hindi mahal ang mga pagkain. Okay, next question from from 049. Good evening, sir. Sana makarating din dito sa Palawan si President Duterte para bigyan din niya ng leksyon ang yung gobernador namin dito. Ginapigos ang mga mahihirap. Okay, well, sana makarating po. From 352 content. Good PM po. What will happen if we lose to China in our protest? Rudy from Cebu.
Well,
It's
in the first place, it's unlikely. Pero sabi ko nga, ang biro ko nga kung matalo tayo dyan, sabi ng China, they won't respect the decision.
Oh, okay.
So, pag sinabi ng matalo, hindi respeto yan. Sabi hindi respeto. But I doubt very much whether we're going to lose. Maybe we should not expect what all the things that we're asking for. But I think in general, this is going to be good. And I hope that the arbitral tribunal will address the issue of the 9+9. Kasi yun ang pinaka-importante, if you ask me.
6413, good luck to Duterte. Sana magampanan nila ng maayos pagpaunlad ng Pilipinas. Amen to that. We all agree to that. 829, good evening, sir. Maganda ang inyong diskusyon ngayon. Maayos na merong makaupo dyan sa Senado na may pananaw sa mahihirap para masolusyonan problema sa magsasaka. From Analisa Poscablo, Tandag, Surigao City. Thank you very much, Analisa, for texting. 574, good PM. About West Philippines, is it logical that we build a strong navy so that China will not bully us, just like Indonesia did? From Alan of Jensan. Daghang salamat sa pag-text.
Well, we really have to have a respectable navy. But we have to, hindi pwede yung traditional navy. We cannot match China frigate versus frigate. No? Dapat meron tayong asymmetric approach. In other words, mas maganda yung meron tayong mga maliliit na mga missile boats. Instead of 4 or 2 good frigates, maybe we have about 20, 30. Tulad ng China. Ang Indonesia, they have about 30 small corvettes. Okay. Yung Iran, I think they have 100 small missile boats na kinatatakutan din ng US Navy. Yun ang approach natin.
Okay. So parang ano yun? Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
That's right. Swarm.
Okay.
Yan ang swarm tactic na sila, parang swarm of bees. Kahit malaki kang leon, pag inattack ka ng swarm of bees na maliliit, takbo ka rin.
Pagsaka talaga.
Sasaktan ka rin.
352, good PM. Are we ready for a war? If China attacks us, do you think US will help us? Rudy from Cebu. Daghang salamat, Rudy.
I don't think we should talk of war. Itong panahon na ito, we may be talking of skirmishes, no? Limited encounters, just like what happened between Vietnam and we see skirmish between Vietnam and China. May ilang namatay, pero hindi battle lang yun, hindi war. We should not be talking war kasi sa panahon ito, I doubt whether China would engage in war because it is going to affect their economy.
Yes.
It is going to affect the image. Magiging, I can almost be sure that if they attack a country in the Philippines, babagsak ang ekonomiya nila. Kasi ibuboycott sila ng modern mundo eh.
Correct.
Sigurado yan.
871, wala pa kasi sila nag-post ng RQ. Yung tanong ko lang kung okay lang ba magturo sa K-12 ang hindi board passer. Di ng Combal. Well, I don't know whether you would like to hazard an answer to that. 239, sir, it's high time to revive Bataan Nuclear Plant and invite more telcos, not just for PLDT and Globe. Ernie of Baguio, from 297 content. If arbitration on our side, who will immediately enforce it? Nagtatayo na nga sila ng bases sa area natin. Shouldn't we fire first before our allies help? Di ba ganun dapat?
No, that's on top of firing. Yung arbitration, sigurado hindi susundin ng China yan. But we can expect a lot of pressure, severe international pressure on China to at least cooperate. But actually, there are going to be two scenarios dito, according to some experts. The first scenario is that they're not going to do anything. They'll ignore the tribunal. Okay, that's well and good. But they might face economic sanctions. The other one is an extreme scenario where they will be more aggressive. In other words, they'll declare air defense in the beginning zone,
Yes.
and then might start constructing on Scarborough Shoal. Yun ang medyo delikado because I understand that the other powers might consider that a red line already. And it is not going to be within our control. The action is going to be undertaken by the other powers, whether we like it or not, because it will affect directly their own interest, whether security or economic interest.
Mr. Secretary, ang daming lupang nilalagay dyan sa West Philippine Sea. Totoo bang yung iba dyan ay galing sa Balis?
May rumor na ganyan, kaya yan dapat may investigate.
Ano
I
dapat?
think under the new administration, that should be one of the first agenda items.
Ano
Kasi
dapat?
medyo talagang kawawa naman tayo.
Ano dapat gawin sa public official na nagbenta ng lupa na yan at inilagay dyan sa West
bahala
Philippine
ng batas to kung ano yung batas.
Okay.
Yun ang i-enforce.
277, suggest ko lang sir, dapat talaga bilateral talk with China because we can't wage war against China. Mabuti pa magtulungan na lang ang Philippines at China. Ricardo po from, okay, Bansalan, Davao del Sur. Okay, 829, thank you very much. Sir, good evening. Sana seryoso si Digo sa pangkalinaw sa CPP NDF para wala ng gulo sa bansa at di siya papayag na may ibang bansa na mag-control sa ating bansa. From Annalisa. Okay. From Tantagriñan, ano? From 4829, sir, good evening. Sana seryoso si Digo. Oh, yan. I read this one already. Okay, next. From 926, I hope hindi na ituloy ni President Brody ang pagje-jet ski sa West Philippine Sea para magtanim ng Philippine flag. China should respect ruling of UN Tribunal. Kudos. Associate Supreme Court Justice Carpio and ang Philippine will win in this case by God's grace. Thank you very much, Jerry. Ano kaya ho ang epekto lang, no? I'm just thinking asymmetric. They see a Philippine vessel going to Ayungin Shore or in West Philippine Sea. So they'll try to block it. And then they see all these jet skis. Instead of bringing Philippine flags, they're bringing Chinese flags. PROC flags. And then yung Philippine flags ay nasa loob ng bulsa. I'm just thinking out of the box. Anong kayo, Navy man kayo?
Hindi, ngayon nakikita na natin yan sa, our fishermen have been playing cat and mouse.
So nagdadala sila ng Chinese flag?
Hindi man. Papasok sila, no? Sa dami nila, let's say kung meron 4-5 na Coast Guard ships doon, hindi nila mahabol kung meron 20-30
Okay.
vessels doon. No? So, yun ang dapat paramihin natin. Bigyan natin ng suporta yung mga fishermen natin. Kasi maraming gusto mangisda, kulang na sila ng gamit. That should be one of our objectives, to empower our fishermen so that they can fish in peace doon sa lugar na yan. Pero huwag silang gamitin para labanan yung Chinese.
Okay, may isa pa tayong question. Ito, final question natin. Good PM. Ito. Okay. Baba ka ng konti. Okay. Okay. 3576, good evening. Pag si Duterte na ba nakaupo ang mga NPA at sundalo magkabati na? Magana lang siguro natin, ano? Paano magyayari, no?
I think that will be one of the challenges to the President, yung leadership niya. Kasi doon sa cabinet, magkasama sila eh.
Okay.
Andun ang DND, andun ang...
Siya ang referee?
Yeah, siya ang referee.
Okay.
Or siya ang facilitator.
Okay, 931, good PM. Tanong ko lang po, andito na sa Pilipinas yung sinasabi ni Pinoy na binili niyang 12 pieces ng fighter jets. Nandito na.
Dalawa pa lang nandito.
Okay. 106, magandang gabi po. Mula po ito sa Coronadal City. Sana tulungan ni President Duterte, Senator Bongbong Marcos na bigyan ng hustisya yung nangyaring dayaan sa Vice Presidential Race noong nakaraang May 9, 2016. Election para hindi na po ito maulit na sana bigyan niya rin ng posisyon si Bongbong Marcos pagkatapos ng 1-year ban. Kasi napakaganda ng vision ni Senator Bongbong Marcos para sa Pilipinas. Salamat po. Yun po ang komentaryo ninyo. Yun na po. Thank you very much po, Mr. Secretary. Any final words? Very good.
Yes, very well. Everybody's excited. I'm very excited
Okay.
because we're seeing, we're going to see big changes.
Okay.
More than anything that has happened in the history of our country since the end of the Second World War. So let's hope and pray that it will be for the good of the Philippines. Let's hope na magsasucceed itong administration ito, na magsasucceed yung agenda niya kasi makakabuti sa atin lalo na yung